Do you really want to live a comfortable life? Like, when you sit here and think about it, and you're like, I could live a comfortable life. It won't be that good, but it won't be that bad. And at least it's predictable. At least I'll know what the next 40 to 50 years of my life will look like, and I'll have enough money in my 401k to retire and not end up homeless. It's bland, it's dull. I'm not gonna actualize anything that I wanted to do when I was young and I had all these dreams and ambitions and I thought I was gonna be famous or I thought I was gonna be rich. But at least it's predictable. At least I know that I'm gonna be okay. That trap can kind of lure you in. And for most people, it exists. Like, you've probably grown up in a semi-decent home. If you have internet access, you're probably not ever gonna be at risk of being completely homeless unless you take some wildly wrong turns or you do a drug and you happen to love this drug and you're like, fuck it, I'll throw away my whole life for that drug, but then maybe you end up happier because the drug really is that fucking amazing. But the fact that you know that the comfortable route exists and is a possibility for you is the exact reason why you should bet on yourself and why you should go all in on what you actually want, because if it doesn't work out, if you actually put your all into building your own thing, into becoming the person that you want to be, and some way, somehow it doesn't work out, which is rare, by the way. Like, I've almost never seen anybody who's actually tried that failed. But some way, if it doesn't work out, you can still go back to it. Like, is it really gonna be that hard to get a job that pays you 60 grand a year? Fuck no. So this is a decision that pretty much all young men make between the ages of 18 and 30. You either succumb to the comfort, or you go after everything that you want, and you probably will get it. It won't happen the way that you anticipate. It won't happen as quickly as you anticipate, but if you actually try, you're gonna be okay, bro. Like, one thing will just lead to another, and you will figure it out. I can guarantee you that with 99% certainty. But the thing is, you're gonna be at a constant battle with comfort. That voice in the back of your head that's like, yeah, I could go and try to build that business, but it sounds difficult, and maybe the online money thing is a whole scam, and all these people have just gotten rich by selling courses on things that don't actually work, and you'll kind of grow this disdain for the young hustler who's actually making money and actually successful, and you'll become bitter, and you'll look forward to sports on the weekend and getting beers with your boys, and that'll be your existence until you're 60, and then you'll retire, and you'll go on 2 vacations twice a year, and you won't really enjoy them because you can't afford the vacation that you really want. But at least you'll be okay. At least you'll be alive, huh? Or you could actually try. You could actually put your all into building your own thing and becoming your own person and living on your own terms. And obviously it will be hard. Anybody who tells you that anything is easy is lying to you and probably just trying to sell you some course. And now the thing is, there's beauty in the fact that it isn't easy. Becoming someone who's capable of handling a lot of stress and is comfortable with not having that predictability, that comfort that comes with following the normal path, will make you into someone who you're proud to be. But you have to wake up to this fact early. Like, there does come a point where you go down the comfortable route for too long and you're kind of in too deep, and it'd be really fucking hard to dig yourself out of that hole. And I started to see this when I was in college. I dropped out after my sophomore year, but for the majority of that year, I had started kind of building my online business. I had just gotten into like the whole self-development world, and I was spending a lot of my time trying to get this business off the ground. And some of my friends were curious and they'd ask me about it, and I'd tell them about what I was doing, and they all found it interesting and they all supported me. And I think they envied it a little bit, but they also didn't have enough pain, because college was fun. Like, I went to kind of a party school, we were all having a good time, and it was like, why would I leave that and go and try to build my own thing when this is fun and I'm having a good 4 years? And then by the time we graduated, I had a bunch of people that would reach out to me that I went to school with that were like, yo, I'm working this job now and I fucking hate it. Like, what are you doing? Like, how do I get into this stuff? And it's not like it's too late for them, but it's like, bro, you should have asked me that 3 years ago when I got into all this, and you'd probably be in a much better spot now, but you had to wait for everything to get worse for you to start taking action. So if you're sitting here right now and you're watching this video and you're like, this is kind of resonating. I know that I don't want to live that comfortable life, and I know that I want to do my own thing and live on my own terms and eventually be able to live wherever I want, make tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and drive the best cars in the world, get access to all of the best things that the world has to offer. Then you have to make a decision right now. And you have to kind of think long term and consider how much you'll actually hate your life if you don't make a change. Because it's not that bad right now. But when you're 30 and now you have the pressure that comes with maybe a mortgage, maybe a wife, maybe a couple kids, and you're sitting there and you're like, man, I never actually went after what I wanted, and now it's gonna be a lot harder, and there's probably gonna be a new batch of 18-year-old millionaires on social media, and you're gonna look at those kids and you're just gonna be pissed off, and you're gonna think, oh, that's a scam. You're gonna blame them. You're probably not gonna feel good taking any accountability, and you're just gonna get angry, and you're gonna be a bitter person. So when you think about it that way, like, is that the life that you wanted to live when you were young and ambitious and hopeful, and you thought that you could do anything that you wanted to do with your life? Because that's kind of what you're naturally programmed to believe. Like, I don't think anybody in preschool, when people would ask you, oh, what do you want to do when you grow up, was anybody saying, oh, I want to be an accountant at KPMG? No, you were saying, I want to be a fucking astronaut. No, I want to be an athlete, and I want to live a sick life, right? So I'm telling you all this for two reasons. One, I want to scare you into action. And two, I want to prove to you that I'm no different from you. Like, I was once everything that I just described. I was once kind of sitting there looking at one of two paths I could take. Like, I grew up in a good home, went to a good college. I could just follow that path and it won't be that bad. Or I could listen to that voice that's kind of deep, buried inside of me that says, Ben, take control of your life and do what you want to do. And if it doesn't work out, you'll figure it the fuck out. It'll be okay. And I did that, and at first, it was difficult. At first, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was in completely over my head, and that's totally normal. That's natural, because obviously when you start something new, you're not gonna know anything that you don't know. And I tried videography, I tried e-com, I tried SMMA, and I found some success in each of those businesses. And over time, like, each business model kind of led me to the next one, and I was able to grow in each one more. So, like, at first I was making $500 a month doing videography. Maybe I got to like $1,500 a month doing that, and then I got into like an e-com ad creative agency, and I was making a few grand a month doing that. And then I was like, okay, I'm making some money here. I understand how to pitch a business and how to provide services and get on a monthly retainer. I can start an SMMA. So I started an SMMA working with local basketball trainers, and I'd run their Facebook ads. And with that business, I was able to start making some real money. That's what helped me drop out of college and get to 10K a month and eventually 15K a month. My peak was like 20K a month with that business. And then I had this skill set. I had all of this knowledge that I'd learned over the past 2 years and trying all of these hustles that I was like, okay, I kind of know what I'm doing now. Like, this is where I always wanted to be. I wanted to be at a point where I'm running my own shit and I know what I'm doing. So I reached that point, and then it's just a matter of finding better vehicles to apply my skill set. So after I built the SMMA, eventually I felt capped. I was like, okay, I'm making 20 grand a month, but I'm working with local basketball trainers who just don't have a lot of money. There's got to be a better way to make money here. So I took that existing skill set and I started working with people who had big personal brands, and they were selling courses, they were selling coaching. And I was like, okay, I'll write all of your copy for you. I'll build your funnels for you. I'll write your emails. I'll script your video sales letters. And I started working with these people. And a year after that, I got to 6 figures a month. I'm living in Miami. I'm driving my dream car. My life is the exact way that 18-year-old kid who is kind of sitting at that crossroad wanted it to be. And it's all because I took that leap. I bet on myself. I understood that if it doesn't work out, I can always go back to the comfortable route. Even though I was a complete idiot, I didn't really know where to start. I just tried something, and I learned a little bit about that. That led me into the next thing. I kept accumulating more knowledge, more skills, a bigger personal brand, a better network, and things just happen. Like, the universe will fucking reward you when you just go, even though you don't even know if you're going in the right direction. It'll reroute you. It'll steer you into the place that you need to be, and you'll look back and you'll be like, holy shit, how the fuck did it all work out so perfectly? Well, it worked out because you had conviction. You trusted yourself. I saw this School of Hard Knocks interview the other day where this guy was like, when a bird lands on a branch, does it trust that the branch will break, or does it trust its wings? You can trust your fucking wings. If you go the comfortable route, you're trusting that the branch won't break. You're trusting that you won't randomly get laid off. And the problem there is you don't have control over that. So I'd rather have control. I'd rather be the one in the driver's seat of my own life and it doesn't work out. At least I know that I fucking steered it in the wrong direction. At least I know that I actually tried, bro. So if you resonate with what I'm saying and you have that voice inside of you, you have that inclination that you can do something meaningful with your life, like you owe it to yourself to at least go after it. At least see what the other side looks like, and that will be a tough process. There always will be this kind of gravitational pull back to comfort. And when you start, you're gonna be like, ah shit, I picked the wrong business model. I'm doing the wrong thing here. This is a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. And that's okay, that's natural, you just have to get over it. And after enough time of withstanding the storm and resisting predictability, you will become somebody who is capable and deserving of success, and you will get everything that you want out of life. You don't have to be special, you don't have to be wicked smart. There's plenty of opportunities. Everything works, my business model works, drop shipping works, coding works, trading works, OnlyFans works. Don't do that though. And if you just trust yourself, you're gonna be thankful. You're gonna look back on this period of your life and be like, thank you for having the conviction and the courage to act despite the fact that you were unconfident, that you didn't know how things were gonna work out. Just don't be a fucking pussy, okay? Go after what you want, it'll be worth it. Like, subscribe, comment, share this with your grandma. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.